Great, Scott. We got some mice or rat problems here. This is what you get with a Delorean that's been sitting out in the elements in Florida for God knows how long. The car has been inside for the last 4 or 5 years, but before then, that's what this happened. We gotta clean this out. I haven't even, ugh, I haven't even dabbled in here yet. I hope I don't find a skeleton. I'm gonna clean this out. And yeah, there's some stuff in there, so I'm gonna get the vacuum and suck some of that out. Like buckets are kind of loose. That's because probably they're rotted, all rusted away. Ugh. I think I actually bought some used ones from somebody, but I'm not sure. I have to go look at my stuff. But it's all clean in here now. We have to tighten the bumper up. We have to remove these old clips because they're just no good anymore. I mean, they're just gonna. I won't be able to properly clip in the new grill. This is what 42-year-old plastic. Yeah, so it's gonna need some TLC for sure. What's that? Yeah. All right, you're wondering why this is open. We had to take the hood off to adjust the bumper. This thing was out of whack, and there's screws and bolts missing. And then, of course, just my luck, our headlight bezels are rusted away. So, yeah, that's going to be replaced. And this, of course, should be prepped and painted anyway before I put the new headlights in. So that's what we're working on here. We've been doing some work on the vents, getting the prepped for hoses and prop stuff. Doing some more wiring. Trying to get all these wiring looms done and adapters and all that good stuff. So, yeah. Here's our hood. And there's my buddy Alex helping me out. So, yeah. All right, so we had a problem with the body line here on this car. And no matter what we did with the adjustment points with the bolts, this bumper would not come in. So we actually had to, as you could see, I strapped it to the wall, pulled it in. And on the inside here, we went ahead and used some resin and some epoxy and glued it behind, and then we pulled it. And then we also put some fiberglass to kind of tie it together and keep it there. So we'll let that set overnight, and then I can put the hood back on. And then I'll have to start prepping the bumper for paint. Now, last time I was filming, we were correcting this bumper, and luckily we've been able to resolve our seams here, our body lines. Got a nice one matching here, and inside here, which is kind of hard to see. Let me see. Hold on. I got a light. Hold on. And take a look in there. We use some fiberglass and resin to help us fasten the bumper and keep it where it is. These bumpers are so old, and literally every bolt almost that holds this bumper on will break. So we kind of have to pick our battles here, kind of short of doing a full restoration on the car, something that it's not in the budget and don't really want to do. I'd rather let this be a resto in terms of, getting it to drivable and presentable condition. Sorry, I can't speak. For shows and stuff. Like even that bolt over there, the nut just kind of broke it. But we didn't even tug on that. That was already broken. These cars, they're just known for stupid stuff like that. So we got to put an order in for new headlight assembly bezels, and then we can go ahead and what we're going to try to do is start prepping this bumper. Like we got all these bad tears in the paint from age. I mean, they're just old. I mean, this light, for instance, just kind of has popped out, and I didn't even unscrew it. It just, look at that rust. Not much rust on DeLoreans, but when they do, it's usually pretty bad. Like look at that. I'll vacuum that out, clean it up a little bit, maybe put new retaining clips on the sides and new screws and put it back in. So, look at this hinge for the hood. I could scrape some of this off, spray it with some rust treatment, and just let it hold on for dear life for another, few years. Which it will if it's garage kept, which that's the intention with these cars anyway nowadays, keep them in the garage. So we got our front P-clamps on, And today I'm going to try to work on installing the rear P-clamps. There's one that goes down below and then two on the fenders here, and that holds the cable, which in this case it's a air hose to look like cable, up and through the engine bay. I'm going to also try to work on these a little bit. We need to make spacers for each side for the hose retaining things to go on. They have to go on. And then of course we gotta give it an age, make it look like they've been burnt and it's a nuclear reactor, So we're gonna work on that a little bit, try to get that going. I don't know if there's gonna be much talking in this video because or from this point on for a little bit, because I just need to put it in time lapse and go ahead and you guys can watch me work a little bit. But a bunch of detail items have to be put on the back here, including another hose, receiver. There's a couple things that have to go on the back there. So, and then we can work on wiring on the inside. I feel like this car is just taking me forever, but for good reason. There's just a lot of details that need to be addressed here. I mean, we had to take the hood off to address the bumper. The hood's back on, but I have to put the wires back through. The hood itself, I gotta re-glue some of this felt. The battery plate is in. The wire for our inverter is wired and run through the bottom of the car. We got our fuse block in, and this is where our inverter cable pops out. We just plug that into an extension cord if the car is going to be on display for long periods of time. Nice and low profile, So, yeah, that's about it. Got a lot of wiring to run. Details. This is what takes these cars so long, is all the detail work. So, let's get to it, shall we? All right. So a few things I've been doing. Giving this a little aging. It's like a pewter kind of reacts with the aluminum. Gives it this age. But you gotta like wipe it on, wipe it off, wipe it on, wipe it off. It just, you're trying to stain it to give it that aged look. So gonna work on that. Hose fittings I had to attach. Had to secure the back panel. Had to put a hose receiver on that side for that vent hose. I gotta secure that. So I'm gonna try to secure all this stuff And then I might be able to test fit the vents, so put that on there, and you know, one step at a time. You know, it's so many steps, so many details. Put the new stainless steel coolant reservoir in. This isn't secure yet. I'm going to secure that because I need to get the hose that goes in the front. I got a few more things to tweak on this. There's a vent that goes here. It's just a lot of little stuff, you know. The vents can go back on, and then I have to make the fittings for the actual hoses, these things. It needs a spacer, and then the retainers, so it holds it on. I make those. So yeah, you might see me going back and forth, side to side, back and forth, another side. You know, it just never ends. And of course, I've got too much clutter everywhere. I'm trying to work around parts for another car, and I'm just running out of room. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. All right, we got some weathering done on our vents, and we got our back-ordered aircraft hose finally. That has to go on this car, which is great. We also got our backup camera kit. So we got this from Amazon. It's called Wolfbox, and I was told by a fellow builder friend of mine, Mr. Bruce Coolum, about it, and he uses them on his cars, which I'm gonna go ahead and install on this car. So we'll go ahead and get that started here in the next video, but I'm gonna end this video with a couple of shots here of the car, how far we've gotten. Just put in our new gas struts for the lift struts, I should say, for the front bonnet. Got some of the wiring started into the fuse panel. Trying to get the wire started to get them running here so I can start wiring this baby up. And if you guys feel like supporting the build, it does cost a lot of money to do these. I'm trying to, you know, budget things here and there. I did design this cool little notebook. It could be for your shop, for work, for the kids. If you go on Amazon, it's called the Classic 80s Notebook, and it will come to you within a couple days. It's a cool design. I made it myself. It's like a blueprint cover with some of the classic 80s movie cars like the Batmobile, Time Machine, Cadillac, from I think another version of the Ecto series or something like that. But anyway, it's a cool little notebook. That's all it is. It's a lined book, and yeah, the money you spend buying one of these is going to help put a little bit of money into this car, and which will always be much appreciated. I'll put the link down in the description, and for this video we're going to end it there. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's something else you'd like to see. What else is there? Messy garage, that's what there is. I am waiting on wire, a lot of wire, because I have to run wire for all of this on all the outside of the car, and then I want to start running the wiring for functionable items. I am coming through the firewall in here to feed power for the flux band lights, and probably the plutonium chamber is going to have a light inside of it, or in here, and you know, a few other things. I just need to run the wires now so I could seal up the back of the car. And the seats go in last, but we're still quite a ways away from getting that stuff done. We still have to wire up our time circuit control switch. That will also be functionable, so when you turn the switch, it's going to turn on the flux capacitor, the time circuits, the plutonium chamber gauges, which I have. I just don't have them here. And you know, the lighting, internal lighting, external lighting, and the upper console, which is going to go up here, which is currently sitting up there with the Back to the Future soundtrack. And then I can start cleaning up this garage because it is a mess. I could put the wheels back on. I do want to do a little bit more of a coolant flush on this car, make sure that all that rusty lined water is out of there, so I could put some nice fresh radiator fluid. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on